Merely a guide, it is a compassionate companion, a mirror that gently shows us how we become prisoners of our own minds. It invites us to examine the deeply human tendency to get lost in the maze of thoughts, to replay the past, to fear the future, and to doubt the present moment. The wisdom within these pages doesn't scold or shame, it embraces us with understanding and offers us the tools to come home to ourselves. At the heart of this book lies the truth that overthinking is not a flaw or a defect, it's often the result of caring deeply, of wanting things to go well, of striving for control in a world that is largely unpredictable. But the author reminds us that while thinking is natural, overthinking is when thought turns against us. It's when we rehearse conversations that haven't happened, fear outcomes we cannot predict, and cling to the illusion that if we just think hard enough, we'll somehow find safety. The book begins by addressing the root of overthinking, the fear of uncertainty. We overthink because we're trying to eliminate all risk. But life, in its very nature, is uncertain. Trying to plan every moment is like trying to catch the wind in your hands. The author illustrates this through the story of a woman named Elena, who found herself constantly obsessing over her relationship. Every text message, every delay in response, every shift in tone became a source of anxiety. She tried to analyze her partner's words from every angle, trying to predict if the relationship would last. And in that process, she forgot to actually experience the relationship. She was too busy trying to protect herself from the pain she feared might come. Elena's story is not uncommon. Many of us live more in imagined futures than in the richness of the now. The first powerful insight the book offers is that awareness is the beginning of healing. You cannot change what you are not, instead of reacting to them. It suggests simple mindfulness techniques, like setting aside just 5 minutes to sit in silence and watch your thoughts come and go, like clouds in the sky. Over time, you begin to notice that you are not your thoughts, you are the one observing them. That shift in identity, from being consumed by thoughts to witnessing them, creates space. And in that space, peace can begin to bloom. The next key idea the book explores is the role of perfectionism in overthinking. Many of us have internalized the belief that we must get everything right in order to be worthy or successful. This leads to analysis paralysis. We become afraid to take any step for fear it might be the wrong one. The author recalls the story of James, a talented artist who spent more time thinking about which project to start than actually creating. His need for the perfect idea prevented him from taking the first brush stroke. One day, a mentor told him, better to paint badly than never at all. That moment shifted something in him. He began painting imperfectly, but consistently, and eventually, his work evolved into something beautiful. The message is clear: action is the antidote to overthinking. Progress, not perfection, is what leads us forward. Another profound lesson the book offers is the power of presence. When we overthink, we abandon the present moment. We leave our bodies and live in our heads. But life is only ever happening now. The book introduces grounding exercises to reconnect with the present, like feeling your feet on the ground, naming the colors in the room, or taking 3 slow, conscious breaths. These small practices are like anchors in a storm. They remind us that no matter how chaotic our thoughts may seem, we can always return to the stillness within. There is also a beautiful exploration of self-compassion. Often, we think we can bully ourselves into peace, that if we just think harder or criticize ourselves more, we'll stop making mistakes. But harsh self-judgment only fuels the fire of overthinking. The book invites us to treat ourselves like we would a dear friend. To ask, would I speak to someone I love the way I speak to myself? When we begin to replace judgment with kindness, the inner war softens. The noise quiets down, and in that kindness, clarity begins to emerge. The book doesn't offer a magic cure. Instead, it gently reminds us that change is a practice. It takes time. The mind that has been trained to spiral into overthinking will need patience as it learns a new way of being. There will be days when the old patterns return, when fear knocks at the door again. But that doesn't mean you've failed. It means you are human. And every time you choose awareness, every time you choose to breathe instead of panic, to act instead of stall, to forgive instead of criticize, you are rewiring your mind toward freedom. Another powerful section of the book explores the connection between overthinking and control. Many of us believe that if we can just control every detail of our plans, relationships, even other people's opinions, we will finally feel safe. But control is an illusion. The more we try to micromanage life, the more it slips through our fingers. The book tells the story of Amir, a father who constantly worried about his daughter's future. He would stay up at night imagining worst-case scenarios, trying to prepare for every possible challenge she might face. Eventually, he realized that his worry was not helping her, it was keeping him from being present with her. He learned to shift from control to trust. Trust doesn't mean passivity, it means doing your best, and then letting go. That surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. The author also explores the trap of comparison. In today's world, where everyone's highlight reel is on display, it's easy to fall into the habit of measuring ourselves against others. Overthinking thrives in comparison, it tells us we're behind, not good enough, unworthy. The book offers a tender reminder, your path is yours alone. You are not late, you are not less. The journey you're on is sacred. It's okay to grow slowly. It's okay to fail and begin again. The only person you need to compete with is the version of you from yesterday. One of the most transformative chapters is about embracing uncertainty. Overthinking is often a desperate attempt to predict the future. But what if we could learn to live with not knowing? The author encourages the reader to find beauty in uncertainty, to see it not as a threat, but as a canvas of possibility. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall, again and again, but they don't stop. They don't overanalyze. They just get up and try again. There is something pure and powerful about that kind of trust, in ourselves, in the process, in life itself. The final message of the book is perhaps the most empowering. You are not broken. You are not your anxiety. You are not your thoughts. You are a vast, aware presence, capable of witnessing storms without being consumed by them. The fact that you overthink doesn't mean you're weak, it means you care, it means you feel deeply. But you don't have to be ruled by those thoughts. You can train your mind to serve you, rather than sabotage you. You can find peace not by eliminating all uncertainty, but by learning to live gracefully within it. How to Stop Overthinking is not just a book. It is a gentle guide for those of us who feel overwhelmed by our own minds. It reminds us that healing is not about changing who we are, it's about remembering who we've always been beneath the noise. Calm, whole, enough. This journey is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming present. It's about choosing peace, one breath, one thought, one moment at a time. And in that quiet choosing, we reclaim our power. We come back to ourselves. And that, truly, is the beginning of everything.